Randall Hughes with GodGlorified.com, and we're commenting on today's readings from 2 Samuel chapters 19 and 20, as well as Psalms 92 and Psalms 122. And so Psalms 122, when you consider the placement, the way that Dr. Edward Reese placed it, he placed, "I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of Yahweh," immediately after, somewhat after David had returned from fleeing from Absalom, and that there was he returning to the house of the Lord. And then the story, as it continues through with the king and his return, and the men of Judah bringing him in, and Shimei managed to live. David was merciful. And then once again, it sounds like, according to Mephibosheth and Ziba, it sounds like Ziba had deceived Mephibosheth. And just the way it sounds like Mephibosheth didn't care about the possessions that were returned. And he said he was thankful that his lord the king had come again in peace into his own house. And whether that was saying the right things at the right time, there's a lot that's not really told us about that story. But it seems like David said, "Thou and Ziba divide the land." He left it with them. And so David continued across. There's Barzillai, an 80-year-old man that had taken care of the king a little bit in their journeys while they were fleeing, and David wanted to recompense him. Instead, Barzillai said to take care of Chimham, his servant, and to honor him and do to him as David saw fit. And so that's what happened there. And after they returned, there was the man named Sheba, a Benjamite, who blew the trumpet and declared himself to be king. And David and his men came after him and were able to destroy that threat. Excuse me. Joab also took out Amasa. When his sword fell, and Amasa did not notice that Joab picked it up in a manner that allowed him to kill Amasa somewhat stealthily. And then they chased Sheba into a city, and when they came into the city of Beth Maachah, there was a wise woman who came out and said, "You're not going to destroy a whole city, are you?" And he said, "You send out the man we're after, and no, I won't destroy it." And so she said, "I'll throw his head over the wall. Sheba's head's going to come over the wall." And that's what happened. And they blew the trumpet, and that threat was ended. And so that, concludes our reading for today. And several things that we could take out of this. So we've had the death of Absalom. We now have the death of Sheba, two men who revolted against God's anointed. And so it doesn't pay to go against God. It doesn't pay to go against God's man. It's best to be submitted to God and submitted to the man of God in your life. And so just want to encourage you to be everything God wants you to be. And to do that, you need to be submitted to a pastor. God has chosen the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. And so you need a pastor in your life to be preaching into your life, to be speaking into your life, and to be submitted to. And so that's going to conclude our reading for today and our comments on today's reading for May the 18th. God bless you.